the place we're at now is like the best time of my life. It took a while as an understatement. But I was so happy. Now I get to tell him all the things that I ever wanted to tell him. I get to talk to him. I could take off the ice cream, so I act like I don't like him. It was very difficult. Very, very difficult.
Holy shit. I can imagine.
You got to get on the record and everything.
I can imagine, man. I tell you what, man. That's one of the best things I ever did when Fat Joe called me and said, yo, you got to get me in contact with Hov. And I was scared, and I was just like, I said, yo, this
what do you want to say?
Because just think about it. Just think about it. If you listen to it, he shots out Sean Peckhouse before me, which I'm always mad about that, right? I'm always like, Peckhouse didn't get you on the phone, y'all. Right. Peckhouse been working for this man for 12 years, and nothing happened. Y'all wasn't in the same room. I'm sorry, Peckhouse. I'm not, because it seems like I'm coming at Peckhouse, and I'm not. I'm coming at the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Coming at y'all.
Maybe.
No, you are.
Okay, maybe. So me and Bleak, so he said, yo, please. I said, you sure this is real? He's like, yo, this is real. We've been going too long. And I said, you know what? I was going to the Breakfast Club, so I called Mint Bleak. And this is why I know. This is why I know God is real. Not to change it to a religious thing. But I felt like God was testing me. Like, you ain't even rapping no more. You ain't gonna get no Jay-Z favor. This one Jay-Z favor, give it to your brother. And when I did that, my life has changed. I put someone else before me in a non-selfish way. And boy, nobody gets a Jay-Z favor. And if you get it, you don't give that shit away. You don't give it away, buddy. And when I gave it away, it was like my whole life changed. So I always love that fucking moment, bro. I always love that moment. We're gonna get you some wine.
But you see how that how that correlates with what I said about it's not gonna take anything away from you when it gets to the top.
Okay, let's go.
Thank you.
Yes.
So it's like it didn't take anything away from you. Sometimes you get your blessings in a different way.
Yes.
People, I think a lot of people today, they want instant gratification. Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to put in the time. People see people and they see their success, but they never see what it took to get there. And then, not for nothing, there are some people that get lucky and they just take off quick. But that doesn't mean that you don't got to put in work. Like, I have so many times people come like, yo, Ram, could you help me with this? And I'll be like, listen, I got a better idea. Instead of me giving you that right here, I'm going to put you in a position to where you do it. They don't want the position. Like, it's crazy because I try to explain that. People are like, nah, people don't be trying to put their peoples on. Like, nah, I'm going to put you on, but I'm going to put you on to where I don't have to put you on no more. Like, putting you on don't mean me just giving you 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, because that's going to be going. I'm going to put you in a position to where that 20 is going to turn to 40, 60, and you never got to come to me again.
That's what's up.
And people don't want to work. They don't want that. Like,
they want them hands out.
They like, but you got it though. Yeah, and I want to keep it. Fuck you.
So I know you are Dominican today. You are Presidente.
How am I ever gonna grow? I remember I had to still be a teenager. And I remember Joe told me one day, he's like, you have to get rich friends, Ram. I was like, what?
That was good advice.
I know that now. Then I was like, this nigga's a sellout. What is this nigga talking about? Because when you're young, you be like, yo, I'm gonna get money. I'm gonna put everybody on. We gonna all fly out. We gonna all do this. And then you realize, hold up. This is crazy. And then your friends become entitled. Like, I have people that literally were just locked up with me. Like, I met you in prison. Like, let's be clear. I wasn't even supposed to meet you. I was not even supposed to know you. Like, that was an accident. And they talk to, like, because some of my friends, like, I'm not even gonna say most of my friends that I hang with right now are my friends from jail. Like, because I know they fuck with me because they fuck with me. Like, they was risking being locked, going to the box, like, to do shit for me when I was getting in trouble. Like, those are my friends. But other people that was there with us, like, they be trying to press them, like, well, if that's your friend, why you working? Why you got 2 jobs? And I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. So because you're my friend, that I met in prison, let's be clear where I met you. Like, I fuck with you to the long way, but let's just be clear. Before I even got to, you know how many friends I met from school, in my neighborhood. Before I get to, like, I got mad cousins, aunts, uncles, siblings. You know how far down the line I get before I start taking care of you? So when you don't have to work? Like, but people really think that in their mind. They be like, oh, like, if that's your friend, why are you working? If that's your friend, why you don't have a car? The same reason why my second cousin don't have a car. I don't know. It's not my fault. It's not my fault you're pedestrian. That's not my job to put you on wheels. Like, if I can, I will. But sometimes people, they expect so much from celebrities, and it's just crazy. It's really, really crazy how nobody wants to work for it. They just feel like you should just give it to them.
Yeah, they feel like you like if you got it, they should have it.
Or like they see you buy something, like you buy a new car or buy a new jewelry, they be like, they think that's their cue to ask for something. This is the worst time to ask for something. I'm having retail remorse right now. I'm trying to understand if I really should have dropped this bag right now. Do not ask me for shit because you just see me buy something crazy. That's the worst time ever. But for some reason, in people's mind, they be like, oh, now's my chance. It's really not though. And if you say you're gonna borrow, so if you say, can I borrow, that means you're gonna pay me back. I want my money back.
I'm not gonna lie. I got a friend right now. He borrowed from me 3 times. And
that's a
don't
lot.
go too far. And then he got mad at me. But then he got mad at me because I don't even expect to pay back.
He wouldn't tell us if he wasn't.
Yeah. No. He's not.
I feel like you looked at him.
He's not. No. Because everyone knows him. And then he went through something else recently. And he put it on text and expected me to be like, well, I got you. And I ain't say I got you, and we ain't speak sense.
But that's crazy. I have a problem with that. Like,
because the first time they get used to it.
Yeah.
The first time they're like, oh, okay, I got it. The second time,
to give it to you. Tell me, can I have?
Yeah,
if you tell
that's
me,
real too.
If you tell me that, yo, could you give me this and this, I will understand that. I'm not gonna expect. If you ask to borrow something, if you ask to loan something, if you say let me hold something, if you give me a date when you're supposed to give it back, when that date comes, I'm checking for you. I don't care how much money I got. I want my money back. That's just it. I don't care if I give you 2,000, I give you 1,000, I give you 3,000, I give you 4,000. You by the time you realize it at the end of the month, you be like, yo, I got 50 bands out here. Nah, I'm calling niggas.
You gotta recall.
Hold up. This is getting crazy. Like, you don't realize it when it happens because it be little 1,500, 2,000, 3,000. At the end of the month, when your accountant come to you and be like, hey, what's this number? And you're like, oh, that's the wires and the cash apps and the Zells you had me send out. You're like, oh, nah, this is crazy. This doesn't, how? I want my money back. That's it. Anybody watching this, I want my money back.
When it comes to the artists, though, feeling entitled, do you think it's generational or not? Do you think it's them growing up on social media? Like, what do you think is a factor in the artist being?
The artist being, I haven't met any artists that are entitled. What do you mean by that?
Well, you said that they want you to help them a certain way, and they don't.
Those are people that's not artists yet. Those are the ones that's like. First of all, I feel like if you are not on yet, as people say, you trying to be in position, there's no way that I should ever work more than you.
Yeah, Pat said that.
Like, it's true. We have this conversation all the time.
What he said was dope.
We have it like, how is it that I'm all right?
Right.
But I've never tried to not be all right ever again. Like, it's nothing worse. Sidebar, there's nothing worse than being broke and famous.
Yeah, listen to change.
It's horrible.
Yes.
It's horrible. Like, when you broke and nobody knows you, you just a regular, another broke nigga standing with the rest of the broke niggas. You on the train, you for the bus, you're Forever 21, you're H&M. Like, you regular. Everybody's broke.
But everybody know you.
Why you here? Oh, you fucked up too. Like, it changes everything. I can't do it because now I'm back in prison. Who knows? Like, that quick.
God forbid.
Well, we want you to know our show is about giving people their flowers while they're alive. So we want to give you. We set up.
We got a couple things. We're gonna
literally give you your flowers. You understand what I'm saying?
What we got here?
Hold on, we're gonna go to this because you a motherfucking queen.
Go with the roses.
You down with the team. You a motherfucking realist. We want to give you motherfucking flowers.
They last about 10 years.
10 years.
No, they last forever.
Yes.
Forever.
Yes.
Forever.
Lisa's 10 years. We'll go in the middle.
Don't go with Lee.
We'll go in the middle of 10 years and forever. Somewhere in between.
And when Pat was on here, we had these watches and he liked one, so they said.
Y'all gave Pat this. It's on my nightstand.
But he liked this.
but I want it out of my room. Like, no, it's on the nightstand on this side of the bed. Like, like, boy, like.
We didn't think about how they both gonna have it.
Mine's not going on the nightstand. So, thank you. I have a place.
This is a black-owned watch company. They gave me an EFN one, so this is for you and Pat. Yeah, that's for you and Pat. You know, they know I'm a big watch guy. I love watches.
Thank you. Well, Black Love appreciates it.
That's right. That's right. Make some noise for that.
Since y'all
Is it time for you?
I brought some flowers of my own.
Yeah. Because by the way, I saw this marketing and this messed me up.
I have some flowers for you guys. This is my flowers.
I don't know what this is.
My flowers.
Hold up.
Nah, it's called Pussy Charms.
Pussy Charms?
Pussy Charms.
Look how you open it.
You gotta grab the.
And he got a ring. He got a finger pop.
You gotta grab one of the lips on the top. Let me show you.
Oh my God, yeah.
You have to grab one of the pussy lips.
Show you?
Oh my God.
And now you just stick your face in it.
Okay,
Smell
You
it.
gotta smell it. You gotta smell it.
And then,
That is fire.
also, I see y'all have y'all pre-rolls. You told me this is for me, so y'all have y'all pre-rolls, right?
Yes.
But I have my pre-rolls.
Holy shit.
So this is a collab.
That's like a pap smear.
Pussy Charms, Pussy Charms and Pizza Pusher. I did a collab with him. So these are the godmothers.
Oh wow. I was listening to your song, Godmother,
So
earlier.
I'm the godmothers.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a pre-roll. Okay.
This is
a pre-roll.
Holy shit.
This is a Cuban cigar.
It's like a gorilla finger.
We have them personally rolling it. Like it's hand
looks
rolled.
like it.
Wow.
Has a nice little filter on it. Enjoy.
Yes. Holy
Make sure y'all go.
Could you say something nice about our pre-roll?
Alicia Keys and Kanye smoked that. You know what I mean?
It's cute.
It's cute. So what made you get into the cannabis business? And what made you, two-part question, what made you get into the cannabis business? And who the hell came up with the idea for Pussy Charms?
Okay, so for those that don't know, like prior to my incarceration, I was like the biggest part. Like I was like Snoop Dogg, Method Man, Wiz Khalifa mixed together. I was just a girl.
Okay.
And then, of course, I didn't want to lose my trailer visit, so I couldn't smoke. And then when I came home, I didn't want to go back, so I couldn't smoke. I was on parole for 5 years. So I was patiently counting down the days so that when I could smoke again. And then it's crazy because all the people that didn't smoke while I was before I left, everybody's pie heads now. Now everybody smokes good weed. There's all these different strains going on. I'm like, nah, I gotta see what's going on here. So that was definitely on my list of things to do. Like I gotta have the fire. Like I'm telling you,
So you said
I have a test over there. Did you vouch a thumbs up? He gave me a thumbs up.
okay.
My shit is gas. But the Pussy Charms, me and my girl Flo, she came up with it. Jokes Up, Paid. We sat down one day and I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. So we was trying to think of different things that we could do. And like, it was just like a collaboration of just us sitting there thinking of some fly shit. And I'm like, yo, what does everybody like? Like, what would draw people in? And then we started thinking of the design. I drew it out. I'm on Google, like, pretty pussies. Like, just Googling shit.
That must have been a brainstorming.
Nah, because I don't understand. Somebody needs to control that Google, because the ones that was coming up did not fit the description. I was like, what? There's some crazy shit out there. But we came up with the design. I'm like, I wanted to open in the middle. I want the inside to be pink. Like all the different like details that came with it. I sent it out. It took me like 2 months to get it made because they're not easy to make. And I went and picked my flower, and then we linked with Pizza Pusher, who, by the way, shout out to him. I went to his restaurant for the first time.
Yes. Yeah. Is it with Coney Island or the one in Manhattan?
No, in Manhattan.
Okay.
Oh my God, I was so stoned.
Wait. Wow.
Because I didn't know it was.
That's what it's called, Stone Pizza, right?
But I didn't know it was everything. I thought it was just the pizza. So I'm sitting there with my lemonade.
Oh, the lemonade is infused too?
I'm on a fake diet, so I'm eating my salad. But now
Your salad is infused?
the fucking salad.
That would have fucked me up. Like,
talk about greens.
I'm high, and I'm like, is it in like the lemonade? He goes, it's in everything.
Right.
What? I'm saying, like, I done ate the ganja. I thought it was a garlic knot. It's a ganja knot. I done fucking ate the salad. I had 2 lemonades. I didn't even get to the pizza yet. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna chill. I took a bite. I was like, it's good. It's crazy because it's really good food.
Right.
And then the dessert comes. I'm like, yes, thank you. So it's like some gelato ice cream. I'm like, yes, this will cool me down.
Okay, yeah.
Why the fuck? It's in there too.
Bring you back
like,
up.
It's in everything, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then we started talking, and he has the Godfathers.
Right.
So I'm like,
like a Godfather cigars that you can smoke.
It's like this, but
and he sells it at the shop.
He sells them. You got to go to pizzapusher.com.
Okay,
He should have the Godmothers and the Godfathers there, but the Godmothers have The Godmothers cost a little more. They have the same product as the Pussy Charms.
Right.
So, you got the gas inside the Godmother. But,
because I smelled that. And I like the way you have to smell it, too. It's
you got to stick your face in it. Yeah. It's a wonderful thing. It's okay. It's not the first time, I'm sure.
Professionals take my face in. I'm a professional at that. It's just, that is actually ill. You know what's crazy? I can't see a man selling dick weed. Nobody would buy that.
Dicks are offensive.
That's true.
They're really offensive.
I'm offended by them.
I'm offended you brought it up as an idea.
No, like, nobody wants to walk around with a dick in their hand. Like, there's something off about it. Like, but even like with women, it's a little bit different. Like, even you don't have to even be into women, but it's not offensive. It's okay. I'm like cool with it. But Godmother Charms, you can follow that. Make sure y'all look at that Godmother Charms before they shut me down again. I had Pussy Charms, but somehow, some way, I didn't even post nothing bad. Like, I actually have other bags because we plan on being a dispensary soon. The other bags I have, it has the black censored stripe on it. So I didn't understand why they took my page down. It's a little bit of pussy. Wow, sheesh. She ain't never hurt nobody.
If it's cannabis.
Okay, so let me ask you this: how many times did you go to the box when you was locked up, and how did Pat react to that?
3, and he was pissed every time.
That was his question, by the way.
I think 3. Well, the actual to shoe special housing unit, or just locked period, because they have different levels of lock. There's keep lock where you don't go to the special housing unit, you're locked, but you're in your cell. I can't count how many times. That was a lot of times. I don't even know how many times. But whenever it happened, I would lose my visits.
Wow, so that's
I would lose my trailer visits,
right,
my conjugal visits.
Right.
And he would come to visit me, and he'd be walking in, that's that walkie guy, he walks in, he's like, and I'm just watching him walk. And they're like, no, Mr. Mackey, she's over there. And I'm in the other section with the suit on. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? And
so
I'm
he can still visit you? But
you can only get a visit once a week when you lock.
Okay.
You can't get before, though, what I would do, I'm not even going to hold you, I would get in trouble. And when you get a disciplinary ticket, they have a certain amount of time that they have to process your ticket, or they have to throw it out.
Right.
So disciplinary opens at 9, and it closes at 3, something like that. And the visiting room opens at 8:30, and it closes at 4. So I would be like, yo, be here at 8 o'clock, because they can't pull you off a visit to take you to disciplinary. So I would have him come at 8 in the morning. As soon as they call a movement, they taking me to my visit. I missed disciplinary. By the time the visiting hour was over, disciplinary's closed. So I beat a lot of tickets by just being on a visit every day. But it was this one cap there one time, this fucking cocksucker. He he really was though, seriously. It was because why would you do that? He's seen, he's like, yeah, she thinks she's getting out of this one. He came and waited. He stayed overtime that he didn't even get paid for. Brought the fucking little tape recorder and all his little fucking notes, and brought it to Shoe and did my hearing and gave me 3 months, fucking bastard.
Wow.
So yeah, it used to be bad because I used to feel bad because he used to look forward to our conjugal visits.
Of course, he should.
But he was acting crazy. What the fuck you want me to do? It had to happen.
Right.
I'm sorry. Next time, I'll try to, she told what you want me to do. But I'm not that person anymore. Well,
yeah, no, you seem like a very...
I don't be put in those situations anymore. I'm still the same person. I don't think I'll ever change, but I'm older now. I have different things. I have way more to lose. And also,
you seem happy now.
I'm very happy.
Yeah, that's
what people don't understand is when you go away, when you go to prison, it affects other people outside of you.
Right.
And I just feel like it would be very, very selfish of me at this point. Like, after seeing what it did the first time, to do that to my husband or my daughter or my son or just my mom, anybody ever again. You know, they probably suffered more than me. Like, after the first couple months, like, I was good. Like, I tell people sometimes, like, I don't really want to say it, but I have fun sometimes.
Right. In the can?
What?
Let's not make no noise for that. Let's not make no noise for that.
It's like this. I'm gonna be miserable every day. I'm gonna want to fucking kill myself. I'm gonna be depressed. Like, nah.
I got a friend named Ching Bing. He used to call me from the feds, and he used to make me happy. I was like, what are you doing in there? He used to call he was happy. Yes, he was happy, and I was like, but I guess it's the same thing. He looked at it like, what the fuck? I'm just be mad.
I'm gonna be miserable every day. Nah, what's up? Let's turn up. It's lit. Like, what you doing? Thanksgiving coming. Everybody gets 35 pounds. Man, I need you to go to the Pathmark or whatever. But yeah, it was different.
So let me ask you, because you know we've all been locked up. I wasn't locked up and famous. You was locked up and famous. Was that more hard because the guards would want to be more meaner to you, or was it harder that you was famous, or you got little perks here and there?
Well, I don't have anything to compare it to. I wasn't locked up when I wasn't famous, so I don't really have a comparison. But I can say that it was some of both.
Right.
I had some people that was just, they fuck with me, like they fuck with me, or like, remember where I was at, it's the only max female prison is only about 45 to an hour outside of the city. So a lot of the people from the town, it's not like when you're in Albion or you like damn near in Canada and you're dealing with a different set of people. So a lot of people, they knew my brother or knew Joe or knew knew Pat, knew somebody that there was some relation, or they was just a fan and showed mad love. And then you had those that thought that they was doing something because they was like in a upper hand, and I would just take the ticket, like disobeying a direct order, whatever other charge you want to add on to it. It's not happening. Like, I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to. This is not my life. You're in Crane, you're an inmate. For now, bitch, when I leave here, I'm gonna have a very different life than you fucking carpooling, Honda's driving, bad weed, don't have fucking microwaving ass bitch. Like, I should be well. What? Fuck is you talking about? Like, and then people used to try to make me feel like that. Like, oh, it's over for you. You're not gonna be nothing. You're not gonna be this.
That was my next question. Sorry to cut you off. Because it's everyone doesn't get the Tupac effect, right? Tupac became like larger than life when he came home.
He's the only one.
But he had it rough in there, though.
I believe he had it rough in there, but it was an effect. It was a Tupac effect, and what I mean by that was, his albums went up. He went up in stature.
Which created this misconception that if you go to jail, when you come home, you're going to be like, he's the only one that was able to come home and immediately, like, be super lit.
Well, because he's with Death Row, they were already crazy, so there was a lot going on.
Even with Shine, and we had Shine here, too, and we spoke about this.
I like Shine.
I felt like even Shine, he rhymed too soon when he came home. He couldn't find his cadence, so it almost took away from the process.
I think people was just hating a little bit too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hating on Shine or?
Yeah, just trying to find something wrong with anything. Like we live in that era now where everybody got a fucking opinion. Yeah. I don't like that shit. I liked it when if you was a celebrity, what you said was what it was. Like, the celebrity said it, they're right. Now they let regular people, you just got a phone and thumbs, so you got an opinion. Get the fuck out of here. I don't like it.
By the way, this is Pussy Charms right now. I'm about to light up. This is Pussy Charms.
Smoking that pussy?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. When you went in, you were already a mother? And how rough was that for yourself mentally?
My son was 7. My son was 7, and when I came home, it was like a week before he turned 14.
Wow. And that must have been rough for him.
Yeah, it was probably more rough for him than me, because all he knew was me. He lived with me his whole life. Like, I'm not even, I say it all the time, like, I would have rather have went in when he was a baby and came home when he was 7. Than went with, like, that's a very pivotal moment in any child's life. When you're an adolescent, turning into a teenager, getting to know, into becoming to your own person. I feel like it still has an effect on our relationship now. And it probably forever will. His life changed dramatically, but it's unfortunate that people don't think about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people they think, oh, well, the kid is with your grandmother, or they're with their father, or whatever the kid's like, but he had to come visit me in prison. Like, he had to, he visited me all the time. Like, he came on visits, trailer visits, all that. They would come stay for 4 days or whatever, and then would cry when it was time, like, to leave. Like, he hated leaving because it's like, he didn't understand, like, well, I can't just stay here with you.
Right.
So,
well, you leave with me, mommy.
Yeah, my stepson used to be like that a lot. Pap's son, he was, like, he would cry worse than my son. Like, I remember one time, we was on a visit. It was just like a really good visit that day. Like, we was just chilling and playing mad board games or whatever, and it was time for them to leave. And he went and asked the guard, like, can she just come with us? Like, just for, like, a little while. Like, why can she come with us? And the guard was like, nah, she can't come. Like, he was, like, devastated. Like, he didn't understand. Like, I asked nicely, like, why? I didn't understand either. Like, he asked nicely. Why I can't go? But, kids don't understand that. They don't understand that. Like, I seen people go away and they tell their kids that they're at school or they're at college.
I was wondering why you ain't take that route. Or college.
Because my kids ain't dumb.
But you did get a college degree in there, though.
I did get a college degree, but I wasn't at fucking college. I wish I would have went to college. That's one of the things that if I, like, could do it, I wish I would have went to college. Like, when I meet people that, like, in sororities and stuff, like, my little sister went to college. And that's something that I like school.
I went to college.
I'm like one of those people that went to school.
And jail, too. That don't count?
Yes, it counts.
All right, I got 24 credits, goddamn. You didn't finish? Nigga, I went home. I was like, well, you can finish now. Hey, man, I was thinking about it. I was really was.
I definitely think it counts. Like, it's real work. I do real papers and real something, really sitting classes. Like, where we was at a little bit different. Marymount Manhattan College, they would have the professors come up and sit with us, and, like, you know, it was a whole situation. They had graduation. So I got my degree though. I almost got my bachelor's, but like you, I went home there. Let me go home. I came home like 6 months early. I tried to start again, and what happened? Oh, yeah, I got the ankle bracelet. When I came home, I was like, I'm going to do it again. And right around the time when I was supposed to start, I ended up getting the ankle bracelet, and I was like, I couldn't go.
So you came home and had an ankle bracelet?
No, I was home, and then somebody said that I blacked their eye.
Oh, shorty from Queens, too, right? Damn, that was terrible. Yeah, I didn't like that.
Me neither. It was horrible.
I didn't like that.
Horrible. I beat that one, though.
That's right. This makes noise when I beat that. Now, I heard you got a crazy Annie up story.
Pap told you that.
You know.
I know them very well. Him and Joe Bull. Okay. You always thought that was a crazy story.
Okay, yeah, put me on.
So, Enya, one of the records that changed my life. Like, I tell people all the time. I tell people a story about Enya, but I never tell them this story. I know which story he wants me to tell you.
Thank you.
When I try to explain to people that almost everything that I did in my career that got me to where I am now and that really propelled me into a different space, I did for free.
Wow.
When I did Enya, I didn't get $1. I didn't want $1.
But did you request to be on the remix?
This is a remix, right?
No, what I did was Sean C. Shout out to Sean C.
Don't pick up Sean C.
He was the A&R at Loud Records, and I begged him to get me the instrumental, because at the time, just Enya, the record.
You were Loud at this time as well?
I was on Loud Records,
MOP.
but I didn't have a record. I didn't have anything. Pun had just passed. I still had my record deal.
That's right. I wish I could bring Pun back.
Yeah, we were trying to figure it out. Wow. So
I'm thinking that was something that was hooked up while Pun was alive.
Nah,
okay.
Pun wasn't here.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
So I begged him to give me the instrumental. I'm like, yo, give me the instrumental.
Right.
Let me rap on it. Just give me the instrumental.
Before they were thinking of a remix?
No, I knew they was working on a remix. I knew. I know.
So you were anticipating that, right?
Yeah, but they didn't know me. I had never met them or anything. And I gave me the beat. I did the record. I'm like, okay, now, favorite number 2. Get it to them. Like, I need them to hear it.
Yeah.
So he did that, and they initially thought I was like a boy. They thought I was like a boy. Like, y'all see I got this Barry White shit going on. My shit a little, you know what I mean? No. My shit a little.
So you didn't have a record out before?
No.
Oh, I didn't
The only record that I had out was Miss Martin on Pun's album. But remember, it came out after Pun had passed.
Okay.
So people had heard me like, yo, who's this chick on Pun album that got her own record on Pun's album?
Right.
but nobody had never seen me. Nothing.
Which is crazy. We gotta get to that later. Make sure I get to that later. Yeah.
Mind you. Oh, this is a little sidebar. I'm all the way pregnant. I'm like a teen pregnant mom at this point when I send him this. So I send him the record or whatever, and
I'm imagining you in the booth pregnant.
Don't. Like that. So we go to the studio. They set up a studio session because they're putting the record together now. So it's me and it's Bill and Dan's and Buster's there, and Prodigy was originally on the Annie Up remix. Rest in peace to Prodigy.
Rest in peace.
And let me just say this real quick. They reached out to me to do a record for his project. I gotcha. They have not sent me whatever they need to send me. Please, I gotcha. Like, I love Prodigy. He's one of the few people that wrote me, he sent me a book, everything when I was locked up. But he was on the record. So it's this big argument because he's on the record and he's dissing Jay-Z on the record.
Ooh. You knew this?
No, I did not know this.
Like, he's talking about, I'ma shoot up your Continental T, and like, the verse was fire. So, you know me, I'm like, yeah, put it out, drop it, let's go. Like, I'm with all the smoke. And like, they kept it official. They kept it Brooklyn. Like, nah, he not doing that. Not on our record.
Right, that's
like,
real.
if you wanna, and I get it. Like, then I was young and I understand, but now I understand that. Like, if you put out a record and you put somebody on your record, and you're supposed to be cool, and you let them diss me on your record, it's up for you when I see you.
Yeah, I learned that with Bang Bang. I learned that with Bang Bang.
Yeah, it's up for you. Fuck is you talking about? That's the equivalent of I got beef with a nigga, you in the car, and they shoot at me outside your car, out of your car window. It's lit for everybody in that car. Fuck is you talking about?
That's very
so
true.
as a younger child, I'm like, let it go. Let's see what happens. They're like, nah, we not doing that. We not. So
was they on Rockefeller at that time?
No, they was on Loud.
They was on Loud. That's right. You said that earlier.
They was on
Loud. This is even before that. Pick up MOP.
They kept it official. Like, nah, we not doing that. I'm like, all right, cool, but lo and behold, a whole fucking fight starts in the fucking studio
over that verse.
The guy who introduced me to Pun, I met Pun when I was walking home from school one day with this kid that lived in my mother's building. He knew this guy Sunkiss that used to hang with Pun.
Sunkiss, I remember Sunkiss, the little diesel guy.
Yeah, so it was on America's Most Wanted or some shit.
Jesus,
like,
I didn't know that part.
Yeah. Him and Joe had a fight.
Yeah, I know that. I know the playground. They met up. Yeah, I remember.
Crazy shit. Like,
what's wrong?
Fucking fat Joe. Why you need
What are you doing in the playground, sir?
Yes, he'll take a challenge or anything. Like, always gotta prove something.
I remember this.
I'm glad he's changed.
Yes.
Thank God. Shout out to my
I'm glad the both of y'all changed. Because I got a story about you, too. Later on. Let's go.